Get ready for a big Woodstock festival this summer. Yes, another one, about to celebrate their 50th anniversary. I'm John Beaudin from Rock History Music. It won't be called Woodstock, though. They're going to call it the Bethel Woods Music and Cultural Festival. It's, of course, in Bethel, New York. That's where the original was. And it's going to be right there, which is kind of a cool thing. But there was something in the press release that reminded me that this is not going to be a classic rock show. What's the wording they used? Pan-generational, that's it. Multi-generational, omni-generational, which means they want young people to come. It was about young people to start with, and they're not going to have, I've heard people say, hey, U2's going to be there, and Kiss is going to be there, and all this stuff, and someone even told me today there's going to be a reunion of Genesis. No, none of that's true. Nobody's been, no, I was doing my radio show tonight for my Vancouver show, and someone said that U2 was going to be part of it, but no one knows anything. There's obviously the people that you might expect. Live Nation's putting it together, by the way. There's people are speculating on the Eagles. That could be, like, you know, the big LA East Coast shows, the Doobie Brothers, Fleetwood Mac. That could be happening. But get ready, if it's omni-generational and they want young people to come, you know, you might get your Miley Cyrus's as he swallows heavily. It might be an opportunity for people to go there and try to accept different types of music. I mean, they may even go Beyonce, and they're saying that they're going to have TED Talks kind of speakers on there. I think they want to be groundbreaking, like the first festival was in 1969. I was 9 years old when that was happening, and I remember my reaction. I remember everyone in my small town in Northeast New Brunswick, we were all talking about it, thinking it was just the coolest thing in the world. And you know, the older kids wanted to go, and no one could afford to go, even though, if you know your Canadian geography, New Brunswick is just above New York, a few states away, and but no one from my village went because we couldn't afford it. And you know, when all those festivals happened in the 80s, I always wanted to go, and I couldn't go because I was married and I had 2 kids, and it was just too much money. And here I am saying it again. If this happens, unless it's a Beyonce Rihanna fest, or what's the guy's name, or Justin Timberlake shows up, I'm not going to go. But other than that, I'd be open to new music, and there's a lot of great new music out there mixed in with, like, maybe, let's say, bands like the Doobie Brothers or U2, the big bands. I mean, they're going to have to get the big names, the big guns, even though in the release they also say up and comers, and that's okay too, because that's what some of, at least, the Woodstock people in the early days had. So what do you think? Would you go to this? If the pairings were right, you got to be open to new music. So I think that's the big thing when, you know, we have this announcement, we don't know who's going to be there. I think, to me, that's the biggest worry. Would you go? I think I would. I think I would. Right combination. It's like any concert, right? It's got to be the right combination. It's not Woodstock. Woodstock's long gone. It's in a memory of Woodstock. You can say you've gone, but you got to like the music, right? What do you think? Make sure you comment on our video, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos. We've been in the studio here. I've been doing some production work on the behemoth we call our, I've shown you this before. That's a Long John Baldry interview where I'm having so much trouble with some of our old interviews. Long John Baldry talks about Elton John, the early days with Elton John. He talks about the early days with Rod Stewart on this tape. It's really, really good. It's very blunt, but I've had to run this through a few times because the tapes are so muggy and muddy, I should use the word. So it's hard to get us to get to the next one. But anyway, so we've been working on some stuff on the big Studer. And that one, I've said this before, but the one over here, the TIAC runs a little slow. And this one I just got at Value Village, the little Sony. I just got that at Value Village, and I think I paid 15 bucks for it. But guess what? It works. After all those years, comes with a little recording mic too. God, what I could have done with that when I was like 12, trying to get into radio, trying to learn about radio. Anyway, I digress. Make sure you leave your comments on the bottom. We really appreciate you liking our videos. I'm feeling very invigorated with this channel. It's done incredibly well, and it's because of you, so thank you very much. I'm John Beaudin from Rock History Music.